We're back here at home. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen offering an olive branch of sorts to China this past week. In a speech on Thursday, she said the Biden administration has no intention of decoupling from Beijing as it does look to resume official communications with China. But she added that the U.S. would safeguard our national security, even if that comes at an economic cost. But China, they have their own ideas. It's rebuffing any kind of talks, with the foreign ministry spokesman claiming that it is us who are using technology and trade issues as a weapon in the name of national security. All of this as communist China continues to build up its nuclear arsenal, worrying signs from Beijing. For more, Michael Pillsbury joins us, Heritage Foundation Senior Fellow for China Strategy, author of The 100-Year Marathon. Michael, it seems that China's given the Biden administration a stiff arm. What does this action and what does this confrontation mean?
Well, from the Biden administration's point of view, Eric, I think they're embarrassed. They thought they were being fair toward China, extending the hand of friendship, and then the Chinese simply refused to talk to them. You know that they, in the Pentagon, they asked for military channels to be reopened and have talks with JCS Chairman Milley and Secretary of Defense. China refuses to do that. China is really started a worldwide campaign recently to mock America. It's a front-page New York Times story yesterday, Eric, that Xi Jinping is mocking the Biden administration. I think that's a correct interpretation. They've had a number of articles and speeches recently. The Chinese had one long article on the foreign ministry's own official website called The Perils of Hegemony. And it went back 100 years on how evil the United States is around the world. So this is not what the Biden administration expected. They thought if they could just say, let's have healthy competition, and then we can still cooperate on climate change. It's not happening at all. They cut off the climate change talks. They cut off the committee that discusses fentanyl. So this is highly embarrassing. And it looks to me like Janet Yellen, Eric, as you mentioned, she's trying to say, no, we're not really trying to hurt your economy. We have to do these measures against you, but it's just not working. So it's an embarrassment for the Biden administration.
And what does it mean going forward in terms of what we can see from China? If they're closing all this down, if they're being confrontational and aggressive toward us, what are your concerns?
Well, bipartisanship used to be the approach for American foreign policy toward China. You got large majorities in the House and Senate both supporting various kinds of actions. What's happening now is the Republican Party and conservatives in particular, some in the Democratic Party as well, they are really quite hostile to China. So they see this kind of speech by Janet Yellen as wishful thinking, failure to understand China's true intentions toward us. So what we're starting to see happening, I'm afraid, is this will be an election issue for the presidential primaries, for the Republican primaries. The various Republican candidates, Eric, have been outdoing themselves, attacking China. I don't know what the Biden administration is going to do, because they've clearly got pro-China doves inside who have a lot of influence on President Biden. So this could be an election issue, the way it was in 2016 when President Trump exploited the China fear and China's stealing jobs from us, 3 or 4 million jobs. This could happen again, that we could see the Democrats in really serious trouble because of this wishful thinking toward China.
Do you think this wishful thinking is dangerous? What's your view when they try to approach China this way? Is it constructive and positive, or is it a trap?
No, I think it's a mistake, and I would even use the word dangerous. What we're seeing is China wants to get into a position of strength against the United States. So if they can pull away Macron of France, if they can get Lula of Brazil, if they can threaten to back Putin more in the Ukraine, this increases the leverage China has over the Biden administration. I think they'll regret it this coming year. I think the Biden team will regret not being tougher on China and being made to look so weak in the eyes of both the Chinese, who, as the New York Times said, are mocking them now. And in terms of domestic politics, when they just look soft, when the public has these responses, Eric, of like 70 to 80% are concerned about the China threat.
And quickly, Michael, finally, what do you think the Biden administration do to try and push back correctly and get that message of toughness, if they have that, to Xi?
They've got to have some means of coming to an agreement within their own ranks. There have been a number of leaks that indicate there's quite the debate going on around President Biden. And the Chinese know this very well. They're masters at manipulating American politics. So unless they can get their act together and speak with one voice on China, the real beneficiary of all this is Xi Jinping himself, who's going to picking up our allies one by one and building a coalition against us, Eric, that we never anticipated, that the world could be turned against America by the Chinese of all people. But I think that's what's happening.
Michael Pillsbury of the Heritage Foundation on the growing China threat. Michael, good to see you. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.